Gentlemen, welcome back to the Let's Go Sportsball podcast. I'm your host Owen with Ron and sweet mother of Mary. A lot of stuff going on.
A
lot of stuff.
Crazy.
There have been awards handed out. There have been major trades, and our Lord and Savior LeBron James being surprised at things. So we obviously have to talk about everything.
So yes, we'll talk about. We'll give a little bit of a breakdown. I'm going to do a little trivia with him.
Just for fun.
We'll get into the NHL. We may get a little bit of the MLB.
Yeah, there hasn't been much. I saw that there were a couple signings and trades, but, it's the MLB offseason, so there's, nothing
It's going to be hard.
on.
And then we'll get into the NBA. NFL, we've already done our predictions, so there's not really much we can talk about. But we will get into the big NBA trade.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, a couple of the NHL trades, some nice stats there.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And for once, we won't have to talk about Jimmy Buckets.
Thank the Lord.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you
But
there.
The one thing that we're going to talk about, the trivia that I'm going to get him on, he knows a little bit about some other, some names and stuff, as well as, I guess you could say, some generational players.
Yeah, obviously I know Nolan Ryan and Randy Johnson, and for football I know Brock Purdy. I'm kidding. I know my boy Joe Montana. I have his card. I have him and Jerry Rice. I picked those guys up for $1 a piece.
Awesome.
Very nice cards. Nice cards, and I know all that.
What we're going to try.
I've got a big brain.
What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to trivia him on the top 10 best sports father-son duos of all time.
Ooh, okay.
There is one sport in here, and it's arguably a sport that is outside of the 4 major sports in the United States. Of course, when we say the 4 major sports, hockey, basketball, baseball, and football.
Yeah.
I don't know why I blanked on.
Did you forget what the 4 sports are? This is what I have to do.
This is what the podcast is, and I almost forget.
That's it. I am trading you for a first-round pick and and Colin
Who are you
Blackwell.
going to get me? Who are you going to get to replace me?
Pat McAfee, I'm trading.
Okay, I can't argue with that.
All right, can I get a first-round pick and Colin Blackwell and also, Yanni Hakanpää?
Right.
Can he come in that package? I'll get
I don't know.
4-way trade with 30 friggin' teams. All right, so
I don't know.
Let's get into it.
Let's start off. I'll let you choose, and I'll let you know if it's on the list or not. And once you get done, if you say that you're done, then I will just give you the top 10 from how it is.
All right, so when it comes to father-son duos, I'd say one of the first that comes to my mind, and I'm pretty sure this is the one that you said is not of the 4 sports, is, of course, Dale Earnhardt.
Yes, Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, come on, that's...
You can't do that.
We live in Tennessee, and we're 20 minutes away from the Speedway. If I don't know this, then I need to just leave.
Yeah, as they say, raise hail, praise Dale. But they are at number 6, and that is the one sport that is outside of the 4 major sports.
Okay.
Now, in the South, they will count it.
Yeah, racing is awesome.
Yeah.
Except for the dirt. I'm gonna be honest, not a fan of the dirt race. I went to one because I was in ROTC back in high school for a couple years, and we actually got to go out there on the track and wave the flag around, and I stole a little piece of clay from the track, so I got a piece.
They
of
are
the race.
Actually not bringing that back this season.
Thank God. I'm sorry, but it is.
Trust me, I didn't like it either.
It was so boring, and afterwards, my lungs felt like it was filled with sand. It was so annoying.
I am a true racing fan. Dirt racing, I have watched so many times, and the way they did it was not the same.
Yeah, we really got to go to a race sometime. I would love to go.
Yep. So what is the next guest that you're going to do?
Can I ask how many football ones there are, how many basketball ones there are, or is that possible?
So you have 2 football.
2 football, okay.
2 basketball.
All right.
4 MLB.
Ooh, okay.
And only one NHL in the top 10.
Okay, well, so I'll start with the one that I know best. So this is going to be hard because there are some pretty good father-son duos. Jerome McGinley was one of the best forwards of the 2000s, and I don't know if his son T. McGinley made it to has made it to the show yet. I think he's still in the minors, but I know he got drafted by Utah. So, I mean Shane Doan was really good, but I don't know if he constitutes as being up there with the best. And I don't think Gretzky's kids are playing. I know his brother played, but yeah. So I'm gonna go with Gordie Howe and his son Mark.
So that is not in the top 10.
What?
That is the same reaction I had.
No,
I'm surprised
dude.
it's not on there.
Okay, well that's a friggin' miss. I mean, Gordie Howe, literally one of the probably the best all around player. Like, I mean, I'm not just talking as a forward. I mean, like he was best forward, best defenseman. He could have been a friggin' goaltender that rivaled Marty Brodeur. But
that's a stretch.
Well,
but.
hey, I'm going off if you talk to any player that ever played in his era, like Phil Esposito or maybe Bobby Orr or even the great one himself, he would be like, yeah, Gordie was king.
If you don't know who we're talking about when we say the great one,
Wayne Gretzky, baby.
If he ever says anything about the great one or myself as the great one, we are talking about Wayne Gretzky. He is the only great one until Alex Ovechkin gets that. He is only he's 17 goals away from tying the record and only 18 away from beating the record.
Well, I wouldn't argue that he'd be the great one because first of all, his nickname is the Great Eight.
That is true.
Yeah, and second of all, even if he breaks that record, I mean, Gretz is still going to be he's still going to be the best. I mean,
I was going to say it's just
his
like
records
how
are unrivaled.
It's just like how the GOAT of basketball. Who do you consider the GOAT of basketball? In NBA.
Nikola Jokic. I'm kidding. Michael Jordan, baby.
Yes.
Look, here's the thing. I respect LeBron a lot for all the great things that he's been able to do in the league. I mean, what he's been able to do is spectacular, but I don't know, man. I still personally consider Jordan the best, but I do understand some of the arguments.
Yes. Okay.
But
so,
all right, hold on. We made a lot of We've made a lot of LeBron fans, Christ, and I know a couple of fans that are friends of mine that are probably going to want to murder me for this. So let's just move on before they come all the way up here from.
So
down,
if you had to guess
down.
another one, there is one in NFL that is that you would know, or at least Tennessee fans would know very well, and he's got a brother. But also, his father played in the NFL as well.
Peyton Manning? I don't know. Oh, wait, really?
Yes.
I'll take it.
So you have Archie Manning, who played with the New Orleans Saints.
Archie Manning, that's who it was. I was thinking him, but I was like, wait, I don't remember. Is that his dad or is that like...
That's his father.
I don't remember.
So you have Archie Manning. You've got Peyton Manning, who played with the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. And then you've got Eli Manning, who played...
Did he play for the Giants? Oh, no,
Eli.
I'm stupid. I'm thinking of Eli.
Yeah. Eli played, won 2 Super Bowls, both against Tom Brady.
Buccaneers legend.
And the New England Patriots. So,
yeah,
that was a great one. But they are this is an arguable place for me. They are at number 1.
Wow. Really? Okay.
I would have never thought that. But I mean, of course, Tennessee fans, whatever you want to say. I mean, they're really good. So
he is better. I don't know. So I'm still trying to rock my brain about hockey because, if it's not Gordie Howe, I'm still kind of split.
And this one, the father-son duo, is actually number 3 overall.
Oh. I mean, I'm trying. Oh, is it Keith Kachuk?
Nope.
Oh, so not Keith, Matthew, and Brady. Okay.
Don't give him any hints.
I did an
We got his sister here again.
Howdy.
So what I did is I did an X, so this sibling here of mine knows that he got it wrong.
You have purple hair. Be quiet.
So what? My hair's better than yours. Peace out, Girl Scout. Yeah.
Bringing it back to the early high school days for us.
Yes.
I just want to stop recording now.
It's okay, sibling.
Come on, you'll get it at some point.
Stop! Get off of me. Okay.
You'll get it at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, love you too. All right, so I'm still trying to the Stastny? Peter Stastny? No, because I don't think Paul Stastny's related. Oh my God, this is hard. I actually don't know. Like, not Marty Brodeur.
Nope.
Not him and Richard. Not like, do you know what teams they play for?
Hang on.
Like,
It's gonna take me a while, but
okay, so because I know Gretzky didn't have any. I don't think Lemieux's kids ever played in the show. I don't know, because there are like 30 people named Lemieux in friggin' Canada.
So.
Oh wait. Bobby Hull, Brett Hull.
There you go.
Yes. I was
number
thinking,
3.
I was thinking because I just remembered the Golden State and then Brett Hull because, I mean, come on, man. Oh,
At
God.
least you got that one good.
Oh,
good.
That freaks
so
me out.
that is the one NHL father-son duo that is in the top 10. They are number 3.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even surprised. I mean, Bobby Hull, man.
Both of them are
others,
good.
I don't know, man. Like Bronny, I doubt it.
Nope, not in the top 10.
I figured.
They haven't played long enough, so.
I figured as much.
So you've gotten the one NHL, you've gotten one of 2 NFL. Now this one, I don't know if you would know. The father of the 2 sons that he has in there is on a certain NFL pregame and halftime show.
Matt Ryan?
Nope. He doesn't have any kids in the NFL.
Oh, right. I'm stupid. I don't know. I don't like it's.
You haven't thrown in the towel yet, so.
Honestly, I'm about to because I like you said, I'm not really intelligent in the other sports as much, so I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know.
You give up? You're throwing in the towel?
Okay, I'm gonna think of the MLB. Nolan Ryan have any kids in there?
Nope.
Babe Ruth?
Nope.
Lou Gehrig? I don't know. Oh, they're
No.
playing Freebird. Yeah, I don't know. I give up because not only that, because we still have to have we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
We still have a lot of stuff to talk about. So
Yeah.
at number 10, you've got Howie Long, Chris Long, and Kyle Long.
That took a long time to name. Yeah, no, sorry, I have no idea.
And they're at number 10. At number 9
Who they play?
is Cecil Fielder and Prince Fielder. Now, I didn't know Prince had a father that played in the MLB. You've got Michael Thompson and Klay Thompson.
I did not know.
At number 8.
That played in the NBA.
And then at number 7, just above him, his other splash bro, Dell Curry and Stephen Curry.
How about that?
Stephen, however you say his name.
Just say Stephen.
And then, of course, you got number 6. You got that one right, Dale Earnhardt,
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, Dale.
Number 5 is Bobby Bonds and Barry Bonds.
Dale Bonds.
At number 4, you've got Vladdy Guerrero and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Vladimir-
1 and
Vladimir.
2, the Electric Boogaloo.
You got number 3, Bobby Hall and Brett Hall.
Yep.
Number 2, Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, that was. I thought
And they
that for a
even-
minute, but I was like, wait, was there another Ken
And they
Griffey?
even played on the same team at one point.
No way. That's awesome. I did not know that.
After the episode, I'll have to find a video where they had some fun with each other.
What they
So-
like? Okay.
No,
Were
they didn't
just
do
like
that.
messing around, like throwing.
Yes.
Okay.
They messed around a little bit, and then of course you got number 1, Archie, Peyton, and Eli. So you had great.
Volunteers legend. All right.
Yeah.
So
one of them is Volunteers legend.
Yeah. Peyton Manning.
So now-
our great king.
So now we'll get into the NFL just to make. Did we say NFL or NHLX?
I said NHL for last, so
Yeah.
So
we'll
do NFL.
We'll go NFL. So
I don't even remember the order, so we're just moving on. So we had the awards recently for the NFL, and I think a lot of our predictions came true. And I mean,
name them off,
So
and then I'll do the same. I'm going to do the same thing as he did. He's going to name them off. I'm going to guess who the winner was.
most valuable player.
I want Josh Allen, but I don't think it was him.
Wait, who do you think it was?
I have a feeling it was Lamar Jackson that won it.
Wrong. It was Saquon Barkley. I'm not surprised.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I feel like that's a snub. And that's just my opinion. I think it's a snub.
I can see where you're coming from. But
Because
I mean,
Josh Allen did good. I mean, look at the battle between Saquon Barkley. I think the only thing that pushed him up to the top is that backwards hurdle that he had against that one player.
That was amazing.
And I say that one player because, first off, I don't know who he is. Second off, I can't remember what team he played for.
Sportsball.
So, but I mean, I think that's the only reason why he boosted him up there. I mean,
He was a point guard for the St. Louis Blues, don't you remember?
Buddy, you better watch it now.
What? He won the NBA. He won the World Series.
It is fair, but I don't think he won that. I think Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson got snubbed a bit. I don't like the Baltimore Ravens, but how Lamar Jackson has been playing. I mean, you can't argue that. Josh Allen, he grew pretty big after his engagement. He did. You saw him. Before his engagement, he was really good. But after his engagement, once he proposed to his girlfriend, now fiance,
Haley Sacco, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I remember she was in.
Where's
the
Mike?
movie.
Where's Mike when we need him?
Where's who?
Mike.
Oh, Uncle. Yeah.
But after he proposed to his now fiance, he has done really well. I mean, they went on to do great the second half of the season. They played a great game against the Kansas City refs. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I mean, like, I'm not even going to blame the refs on that game because the Bills did kind of fall apart here and there. Like, especially near the end, like, their defense was just way too open. But we've already had that discussion. So, I do understand your points here, but at the same time, looking what Saquon did throughout the season, the way he was just such an electrifying, amazing player.
yeah.
Honestly, I do consider him to be up there as an MVP candidate, and I do think he earned it.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so next up we have Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I'm trying to think of all the offensive rookie. I want to say Jaden Daniels. I knew it.
Jaden Daniels won the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
After what he did, not only dominating in his rookie season, but also taking Washington to the playoffs, not only to the divisional round, and winning that, but also winning or getting really close in the conference. Well, was it close?
Yeah, I would.
I was gonna say. I mean, I will say this ahead of time. You and me both saw the end of that game, or a little bit of that game. They should not have scored that last touchdown to put them up 50 points, because first off, that is just breaking the unwritten rule. It's just like in hockey. If you're up by 10, you do not score again, even if it's an empty netter.
What?
I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. There's no
you
point.
kind of want to score. No, I think what you're thinking is if you have a wide open area and you're in the offensive zone, you don't just
Slap
you don't just Al McInnes the puck right in, or else you're good. And especially if time runs out, and if you
Shoot
out,
it
or
at the
if it's offside, you do not shoot the puck after the whistle, because then you will get just slapped.
You'll
around.
have a fight at some point.
You will get slapped around. But anyway, that's not the point. I mean, Jaden Daniels, man, he was such an incredible rookie. He brought Washington to a height unseen since before the Dan Snyder era, and this has been a very good year for Washington, especially. And again, after Dan Snyder's reign of futility and just his reign of error, it was just it was rough, and I was worried. I did not think they were going to last super long. But I mean, here they are now, and they're a fantastic team and Jaden Daniels has been a massive part in doing so. So at the end of the day, Yeah, offensive rookie of the year. That shouldn't be a surprise.
And
to anybody.
we also talked down about the Commanders during when they were supposed to play the Detroit Lions. We were not expecting that outcome.
I don't think anybody was.
I don't think. I have to agree. But I mean, we both predicted Detroit to absolutely smack Washington, and somehow Washington won that game. I say somehow, but they showed up. They did very well. I would have loved to have seen Jane Daniels be the first rookie to take a team, to be the first quarterback to take a team to the Super Bowl. I would have loved to have seen that. Because, first off, they would have had to go against the Chiefs. But
Super Bowl America wanted was Bills and Washington Commanders, and we got the one that nobody wanted, the Misery Bowl.
Well, was it Washington Commanders or was it Detroit Lions?
Honestly, I would have been fine. I would have been fine with either. Just like I don't want them to win. I just want the Chiefs to win.
And now you've had to choose. For me, this is my second or third year that I'm not rooting for an AFC team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Chiefs. I have respect for Travis Kelce, but I don't like the Chiefs really that much. All right,
Who does?
Next one.
So yeah, we should probably speed this up a little bit. So defensive rookie of the year. Who do you got?
Defensive rookie of the year. I was about to go defensive player of the year. Honestly, I'm trying to think of all the defensive rookies. Can you? You don't have a way of looking to see who they were.
No, I think I do. I think I saved it. But
If you can name, if you could get those four options, because I know there was one. I think there was a couple from Detroit. I honestly.
Yeah, no, I think you had it, and I wasn't able to find it.
Yeah, I deleted it. Who was it? I couldn't tell you. Is it somebody from the Los Angeles Rams?
Yes, actually. It was Jared. It was Jared Verse.
Yeah, I could see that. He did a really great job this season.
Oh yeah, he was amazing with LA.
Yeah, LA Rams.
Rams,
Not the Chargers. Let's get that straight.
Yeah. All right, so offensive player of the year, who do you think it was?
I want to say Joe Burrow, but it was probably Saquon.
It was Saquon, yes.
And I did not see that. When you turned it away from me, I did not see who it was.
Okay.
I just had a feeling it was after his performance and everything. And again, it goes back to what I said for the MVP. He did great the latter half of the season, and the only reason he bumped up there, I think, is because of that backwards hurdle. But what is the next one? Defensive player?
Defensive player of the year, yes.
I'm going to be a little biased.
Here we go.
I'm going to be a little biased. I want to say, let's see, it was Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and there was a couple of other players. I would honestly have to go, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to have to go with Myles Garrett, but I don't think he won. Who won it?
It was Pat Surtain II.
What did he do?
Pat Surtain II, not to be confused with Pat Surtain I.
I'm sorry. But if I had to look up his career stats, I'm sorry, but you look at how great Myles Garrett did throughout the season. And he did probably twice as better as him.
Who did he play for again?
Browns. But I mean, again, this is my biased self coming out. If you were to look at Myles Garrett, he did an amazing job. I don't know. I mean, I understand they got farther in the playoffs, and they actually got into the playoffs and everything compared to the Browns, but he's just a cornerback. I mean, what has he really done? You look at Myles Garrett, he gets the rushes. TJ Watt gets rushes out of there. He does both of them do an amazing job. So I'm just going to leave it at that. What is the next category before I absolutely lose my mind?
All right, so first of all, there. And second of all, Coach of the Year.
I know it's not going to go to... I know it's not the Browns because Stefanski won it twice in a row. But this year, he absolutely sucked. Well, I wouldn't say he sucked.
All right, like nobody cares about the Browns. Move on.
If I had to go with it, is it Washington Commanders head coach?
I do believe so. Yep.
Was it really?
It was
Yeah,
Dan
I knew it.
Quinn.
I knew it.
Dan Quinn. I mean, honestly, he did an amazing job this year with Washington. He was great.
Say, look at the reputation they have.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I mean,
Look
it's
at how
done
they-
like a complete 180 since the Snyder era.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And Ron Rivera era.
Don't bring his name into this podcast. Don't mention him.
What, was he a coach over there at Tampa Bay at one point and screwed you all over?
Don't mention his name.
All
His
right.
name is poison.
Well,
You
I guess
killed
that
us,
answer.
Ronald. I
guess
mean,
that-
not other Ron, you son of a... Alright, so, before I feel like breaking something... Yeah, Dan Quinn. Unbelievable job.
No doubt.
And he was a major reason as to why they got as far as they did.
Oh yeah. That you did say one, so I'll stop there. Because I was gonna say you look at Jaden Daniels. He's the other reason why.
Yeah, but he can't do it alone.
Oh yeah, no. So what is the next category?
This is the last one, and
Comeback player of the year.
this is like the last one that I can currently see, and it is the most viral player of the year.
Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
The only reason
That's a W. That's a W.
The only reason
That's a
I
W.
know that is because I've seen so many different videos of him and everything. I'm surprised they didn't.
Buccaneers legend.
I guess they haven't put out the comeback player of the year because I
Yeah,
thought
not
there was
yet.
at least one more. So the comeback player of the year probably won't be announced until the NFL honors. Excuse me.
There's also another little trivia thing for you.
Oh Lord, like I'm going to know any of these.
Hardest franchises to be a fan of.
New York Giants.
New York Giants is at number 5, and there's 20 of them, but we'll just go 10 for time.
So New York Giants, Jets,
Jets are 2.
Winnipeg.
No, Winnipeg Jets are not up there. I mean, they're doing amazing right now, so I'm not gonna be like, yeah.
Islanders.
Islanders are not up there. No, they're not.
Rangers.
No, dude, New York. Or
I mean,
Texas?
they're doing good. I know the Texas Rangers shouldn't be on there.
Yeah, the Rangers aren't up there either. I mean, do you really think they're miserable? I mean, sure, they're having a bit of a rough season, but I mean, come on, they made the conference finals last year.
Buffalo Sabres.
Buffalo Sabres are at number 4.
Oof.
Yeah, I would be upset too.
Ah.
I can't talk too much crap. I wear the Andrew Chuck jersey all the time.
Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself
All
for
right.
saying this. Browns.
Number 9.
Damn it. Pardon my French.
You weren't speaking French, you were speaking English. I said, hey, watch your language. There's a child here.
If I had to go up from that one, I don't think Cleveland. Are the Cleveland Indians on there?
Nope, the Guardians are not there.
Figured. Indians. Not the Cavaliers.
No, no, definitely not the Cavs.
Yeah, they've done really good. St. Louis Cardinals?
No, the Cardinals are not on this list. Okay, I will say this.
Okay.
There's a team that we both really like to make fun of that is in the top 10.
Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? They're at number 7.
Figured.
Yeah. Alright, so...
I can't think of any others.
Okay, do you give up?
Yeah,
Alright, so at number 10 are the White Sox. I'm surprised...
son of a...
I'm surprised you didn't think of them first. What are you doing? Are you like okay? Can you think?
I'm an idiot there.
Yeah, you were. At number 8 were the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, that would be sad.
I mean,
yeah.
when you got LaMelo Ball on your team, I can understand.
Yeah. Number 6 are the Athletics.
They've had a horrible season, so not surprising. I should have said that.
Number 3 are the Bears.
They've had a good season. It's just
A good season, but
touche.
come on now. Come on now.
Touche.
And at number 1, my favorite team to hate, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm surprised that is not honestly lower, only because of how good they're doing this season. As much as we want to hate on them, you have to say they are doing really good this season.
But that's the thing. They say that it's kind of they do this every year. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Up,
there
down,
are a
up,
lot. There
down,
are a
up,
lot
down.
of reasons as to why they're miserable. I mean, no Stanley Cup since 1967. Took them 19 years to win a playoff series before they almost got swept by a wild card team, by like a team that barely made it into the postseason.
Yep.
And like constantly getting destroyed by Boston. I mean, they are literally the property of the Bruins, and always getting their hopes up, and then immediately getting crushed.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the rest of this, but
Yeah, because this is on a
Miami-
top 20, and so
Miami and Ottawa?
Dude,
I mean, I can understand.
Yeah, Ottawa's
I
had
can-
a lot.
I
has
can
a lot of
understand
struggles.
Ottawa, but explain to me how Miami is on there.
The Dolphins and the Marlins. I mean, the Marlins.
Marlins,
suck.
Marlins, I can understand, but Miami Dolphins, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I think that's just a
And
little.
then 12 are the Raiders. Sorry, 13 are the Angels. I mean, I understand that after losing.
After
Shohei.
losing Shohei, I mean, they've
Yeah.
been really good. They're still a great team. It's just
15
after losing Shohei, it's been hard.
15 are the Sacramento Kings. You like what I did there?
Yeah.
Number 16 are the Marlins. 17 the Dolphins. 18
Both from Miami.
The Seattle Mariners. Excuse me.
They haven't been the same really since they lost Ichiro. So I can understand. New all one vote away from a unanimous decision.
Whoever did that, you suck.
Screw you.
Yeah, I remember I told my buddy at work who really
And
likes Ichiro, and he was like, "Who said no?"
At number 19,
The
you have
Jags.
the Jacksonville Jaguars, especially after this last couple of seasons that they've had.
Yeah, I mean, losing Trevor Lawrence was really rough. And
Yeah.
at number 20,
Minnesota.
the Vikings. Honestly, I kind of get it. It's kind of like the Maple Leafs, but they aren't able to brag about having any cups or like
Touché.
having any Super Bowls because it's like
Touché.
they do really good and then they make it and then they eat and then they just immediately like disappoint their fans.
Fall off.
So I do understand where they're coming from.
All right.
So let's go on and we don't have a lot to talk about with the MLB, but there were a couple of little signings here and there, and by that I mean I only found four. I found four. So the Pirates sign
Infielder and an outfielder.
excuse me, what the hell? Adam Frazier to a 1-year contract.
That just means that they're going to keep him there, and who knows what's going to happen after that.
They're gonna trade him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded.
They're gonna trade him to the Dallas Stars in exchange for LaMelo Ball and a first-round pick in the next year's NFL playoffs. Draft. Go Sportsball.
Next one.
Next one. Shut up. The Mets have signed infielder Nick Madrigal. Madrigal?
I think it's Madrigal.
Madrigal to a 1-year contract. Jake, you owe me a Coke. Okay, look at this. And the Royals have signed Carlos Estevez to a 2-year contract. So finally out of the 1 year.
Just out of the 1 year.
Finally.
I mean, seeing some of those with like the trades for like 1 year, 2 years, that just means that they don't know whether they're going to be traded at the end of their contract or not. It's kind of the same, I guess you could say. Could I compare it to hockey a little bit? Because you don't really see the 1 or 2 year contracts unless they're like right near the end of their retirement.
Yeah. Like it's either like it's either like a rental or they're just there for like 3 seconds and then they're like, all right, I'm retiring.
Yep.
And lastly, the Tampa Bay Rays, yay, have signed infielder, sweet Jesus, Ha-Song Kim. Is that
Ha-Song Kim.
him too? To a 2-year contract. He won a Gold Glove award in 2023. So this means we're winning the World Series.
I think he's a really great asset to the Tampa Bay Rays. I think it'll be really great for y'all. I mean, it just depends. Seeing some of these Japanese, South Korean, players come into the MLB, it really helps out with like getting not only the diversity, but also getting really great players. I mean,
yeah,
Shohei Ichiro coming in.
Ichiro.
I mean, he could be arguably called one of the greatest arguably, the only reason I say arguably is because there could be other people that say somebody's better than him.
Because he played for the Mariners too, so.
But even then, he still got like over 3,000 hits. He still has so many different he's done a great job.
Yeah, and then you have other guys like, Shohei. It's a great way to not only, have amazing electrifying talents, but also it's great to expand the league, get people in other countries being like, hey, you know what? I would love to go play for the Padres or whatever, or go play Sportsball in this place and that place and other place. It's a great way to expand.
You look and there's a lot of MLB players who are from the Dominican Republic or the Puerto Rico and stuff.
Yeah.
So it could be different, but I mean, you still have American players, but it's still just as great to see the diversity in there a lot more.
Yeah, it's like with hockey, it may be mostly Canadian, but you also have a ton of American players, guys like the Hughes brothers and Austin Matthews and stuff like that. And then you look at how they have a ton of European players and stuff like that. I mean, you have Czechs, you have Finns, you have a couple of French guys, which is honestly surprised. I did not know that there were that many guys straight from France. Guys from
it's crazy to see that in the NBA.
Russia, and there was even a Chinese player that got signed. So that was pretty cool. And so it's great to expand the sport because money.
Because they do really good.
Yeah.
So moving on to
basketball, we got a big one.
I was going to save that for last.
Oh, we are? Oh. Wait, no, because I thought...
NHL.
Let's go NHL. We have a lot to cover here.
NHL, I've got the Super 16 as of a couple days ago from now. Well, a few days ago. This is for...
January 30th, okay. We're
January
recording
30th.
this on February 2nd.
So, at number 16, we got the Calgary Flames. That's not really surprising. Columbus Blue Jackets at number 15 after what they've been doing. And, of course, just above us. At number 14, his team...
The Tampa Bay Lightning, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not,
both.
I mean,
you could almost flip back and forth between those two each week.
Yeah, I mean, Vasi's been great. Hagel's been a beast. Edmund's been a fantastic D-man per usual. And, I mean, all our guys are just doing pretty well as long as we just need... Honestly, I'm going to say it. I think we just need a better backup, and if we can get, one more really good forward and or defenseman... We could honestly make another cup.
If you look at how Columbus Blue Jackets have played in the past couple of games, they've won anytime they've gone to overtime.
They've won, yeah.
They've won every single time. Just last night, as of this recording, a couple nights ago, we won in overtime.
Oh, was that was the Werenski one where they was a 2-0?
Yeah.
That was nice.
And then at number 13, we got the Ottawa Senators. Number 12, we got the Los Angeles Kings, not really surprising.
Yeah.
And number 11, you got the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, honestly, I can kind of see it. I mean, after their goalie issues earlier with Forgiev and stuff, with Forgiev and all that, I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, Blackwood's been pretty good.
You got at number 10. Now we're getting into the top 10. At number 10, you got the New Jersey Devils.
Not surprised. I mean, after Markstrom went there, oh, baby. I mean, goaltending was their worst issue last year. I mean, Akira Schmidt and Jake Allen really, really sucked. And then Markstrom came over and they were like, hey, you know what? We know how to play hockey.
At number 9, it's the Minnesota Wild.
Yep.
Number 8, it's your rival, in-state rival, Florida Panthers. At number 7, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
A lot lower than what I was expecting. At number 6, you have Dallas Stars.
Salad. Bars. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have. You've done it. You did.
Yes.
You did this to me last episode.
Look, no, I thought I did it another one.
You did it in one of them. I thought it was.
Let's move on. We have stuff to do.
At number 5, you got the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh yeah, Mikko Rantanen going over there.
Oh yeah,
and Taylor Hall too. I'm sure. If they don't make a cup, then at this point, just fold the franchise and move them back to Hartford.
At number 4, you got the Vegas Golden Knights. Number 3, this one is a shocker for me, but also at the same time, I mean, I see it. Number 3, Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
And number 2, you got the Winnipeg Jets.
Can't say I'm not surprised.
And there's only one team left that we have. Well, one of very few that we haven't mentioned. I'm not surprised on this one. Washington Capitals. After what Ovechkin has done and everything, I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. Going on to the next subject, this one, you and me both were honestly surprised, but we're happy for him as well.
110%, my man.
Marc-Andre Fleury is the first goalie in NHL history to record a shutout as a teenager and at 40 years or older.
My king, bro. Like, Marc-Andre Fleury, he's something else.
I mean, you and me, before we started recording, we both said that this has solidified his spot in the NHL Hall of Fame.
Ow, dude, like
no
100%.
way.
He his number is getting retired in Pittsburgh and stuff like that. I mean, here's the thing: he was their first overall pick in 2003, and you don't actually see that. Like you do not see goaltenders get picked first overall that often. I mean, usually it's like forwards. And stuff like that. You know, he's a 3-time Cup champion with them in 2009, where he had one of the best. And he stopped it, and then Zetterberg. I think it was Zetterberg him or Datsa came in through the side, and he was just like nope. And like that save, man, that was one of the most iconic ways to ever win the Stanley Cup.
So he's
one
at
of the
least,
best of the 2000s.
What is he? He's at least a 3-time champion, I think.
Yeah, 3 times. He won it in 2009 and then 2016 and 17. But I do not believe he started those cup runs. I think that was Matt Murray. I think he was like a backup. But then, man.
I think the 2016, at the time, he was with Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh won.
Yeah. He won all his cups with Pittsburgh. He then went to Vegas.
I thought he won it with Vegas.
No. He went.
He got traded after.
Yeah, he went to the finals with Vegas in 2018, where they lost in 5-2 to Washington and of course Ovechkin, one of his old rivals, and he went to the Blackhawks in 2022 after they screwed him over big time, and then he was with Minnesota when Vegas won the cup.
Yeah.
So he was a couple seasons out of there. But Marc-Andre Fleury, unbelievable goalie. He's getting his number retired. He's getting the Hall of Fame. He's going to get the work.
There's so many. I cannot wait to see his name. I mean, my question for you is, how many seasons do you think he's going to go until he retires? Do you think he's going to go?
No, this is his last season.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that.
I think this is last season. Last one, and then he's... And then he's hanging it up for good.
If he is not a first-year Hall of Fame inductee, I'm going to absolutely lose my mind.
Yeah.
He needs to be, after his first year, he needs to be in there.
I don't blame you. I mean, he's been, his legacy, especially with Pittsburgh, you can't take that away from the guy. He has been an unbelievable goaltender. He's been a great face on and off the ice. I mean, he what's not to love? He's a lovable goober. He's a great guy. And speaking of big statistics, Paul Maurice of the Florida Panthers has just gotten his 900th career win as a head coach.
For how long he's been in there, I'm surprised he just now got to 900.
Yeah, he has been a coach with the Hartford Whalers. I love those jerseys.
Who did they transfer into?
They moved to Carolina.
Okay, so they're what is currently now the Carolina Hurricanes. For people who don't know, Hartford Whalers was one of the... were they the original NHL teams or one of the... No. They came from the WHA, and they were originally called the New England Whalers, and they were around for a few years, and then they came back, and then they went to Hartford. I mean, they stayed in Hartford, but then they transferred to the NHL, and they had Gordie Howe and his kid for a couple of his kids for some seasons, and Chris Pronger got his start there. I want to say Ronnie Francis got his start there. A lot of good players got their start in Hartford. Like Brendan Shanahan and stuff like that, and so I mean, they were a pretty good team, and they also played in the mall. They actually play. It's just especially when your team isn't very good, it's just hey, why don't we go pick up a hockey game? Ladies and gentlemen, of all places,
buy Hartford Whalers stock right now. Buy the stock.
But not only was he a Florida Panthers, of course, as we said, the expansion team. Well, not really the expansion team, but the newer team. He was with Carolina Hurricanes. He was with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Unfortunately, poor guy. And then he played. He was with Winnipeg Jets and stuff like that. And so now with the Panthers, I mean, honestly, as a Tampa fan, I hate the Panthers. I hate them so much. But honestly, Paul Maurice lifting the cup, I could not help but feel so happy for him. Like, he's an amazing coach.
And like I said,
he's done so much for that team.
And like I said, it's shocking that after going to 5 teams, this being his 15th, I'm surprised he has not gotten 900 wins a lot sooner.
Well, to be fair, he did go to Winnipeg and Toronto, and they're not teams that are known for winning.
Yeah, sometimes.
Say what you want, Leafs fans. Your team is not good in the postseason, and that's what matters. But yeah, so that's honestly that's amazing. And another nice statistic, if I can find it, come on, please pull back up, is that it was something to do with Claude Giroux of the Ottawa Senators, but I lost where the post was. I don't know. I remember hearing that he got a really, really good stat. I think it was he got over 1,000 games or something.
If that's the thing, I mean, I'm surprised.
No. I think he's had over 1,000 games. I think it had something to do with a stat.
Well,
because 1,000, I think he may have gotten over 1,100. I want to say.
So while he's looking for that,
found it.
Okay, good.
Claude Giroux has gotten 1,101 points. So honestly, unbelievable for the guy.
Yeah. The only reason I give that face is because I look and I'm like, of all things, 1,101.
Well, yeah, he got the point for over 1,100, but I saw it was 1,001 on the database. So
he's only been a one-time.
He's been on 3 teams.
No, but I was gonna say he's had one championship, but he hasn't.
That was in the QMJHL. He's never won the cup before.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's gotten over 1,100 points.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I mean, hey, there are a lot of really great players that have gotten that many points yet have never won it. I mean, Marcel Dion, Jerome McGinley, Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton. Claude Giroux went 22nd overall in the 2006 NHL draft with the Philadelphia Flyers, where he played a majority of his career.
He did a great job there.
Oh my God, yeah, he's their best player. And then he went to Florida in 2022, where he got swept by the Lightning. And then he went to Ottawa, and he's been a solid contributor.
He's been really good with Ottawa.
Oh yeah, in his first season he got 35 goals with them. So I mean,
I don't know what his best place could be right now, because he's done so well with the Flyers.
Oh my God, I think that was actually his career high, where he got 35 goals was with the Senators. So how about that?
How?
Because he's very good at sports puck.
Okay.
Let's go with sport puck. Yay.
So now on to the next subject. The NHL salary cap is actually to increase to, and I even showed you this earlier, to $113.5 million by the 27-28 season.
People don't get paid.
So the NHL and NHLPA are forecasting significant salary cap bumps on the current $88 million ceiling in the coming years. I mean, for them to hit free agency, it's going to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
In 2025-26, it's $95.5 million. 26-27 is supposed to be $104 million. And in 27-28, it's supposed to hit that cap of $113.5 million.
It's going to get paid the big money.
I would not be surprised if a lot of players start trying to get to different teams, especially those high-end players.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Sidney Crosby is going to leave Pittsburgh.
Sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. He's never going to, he has straight up said, I'm never leaving Pittsburgh.
It's just like Ovechkin. I don't think Ovechkin is ever going to leave.
No. Didn't you hear? He's saying that he's going to sign with. He said he's going to sign with the LA Clippers so that he can win his first World Series.
You had me thinking there for.
No, he's never leaving Washington. You crazy? Come on.
Yeah.
This guy. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, just this past offseason, over $1 billion were spent on players. And some of them might have been in Nashville where they suck, and stuff like that. I mean, Leon Draisaitl got that huge contract, and with the salary cap ceiling getting higher, Connor McDavid's gonna be getting. He's probably gonna get one of the biggest contracts in the history of the league.
I was about to say I would not be surprised if he tries to leave during free agency, either in this season or next season.
I think he's gonna stay in Edmonton.
You think he's gonna stay until 27-28 season?
I mean, dude, he's been one of their best players in years. So, and I mean, he loves it there. So I wouldn't be surprised. There have also been some big trades in the NHL.
I was gonna say, starting off with Pittsburgh and Vancouver, starting off with a couple of them. Vancouver Canucks, receives Marcus Peterson and Drew O'Connor. Pittsburgh Penguins receive Vincent Desarnay?
They received Vince Desharnais.
And we got a Nashville fan. We got a Nashville fan behind us here.
Nice. Is that a player jersey? Oh no. I did not expect that.
Get out of here, Eddie.
Hey, don't be mean to Eddie. How dare you?
But they get Desharnais.
Desharnais, yes. Do not be mean to Eddie or I'll hit you.
That's a defenseman. They get forward Danton Heinen.
And then forward Melvin Fernstrom. I mean, obviously.
And then a conditional 2025 first-round pick. I don't know specifically what conditional first-round pick really means.
I sometimes forget, honestly. Yeah. So honestly, I think Pittsburgh did a really great. I think they did great with this trade. I mean, to trade him for to trade Pedersen, Marcus Pedersen for a first round pick that'll probably be around maybe 14th or 18th overall. I mean, that's really good and stuff like that. I mean, and then and then you have Vancouver who they're getting a pretty solid defenseman in Marcus Pedersen, and so they have a pretty good defensive core now. But with their forwards taking a bit of a hit with the next trade we'll talk about, it might be a little worrying for Vancouver, but they'll live. So, in speaking of Vancouver, probably one of the biggest trades that we saw recently, because I remember we were at the bar when we saw this.
Yes.
I was working and I was hanging out with you, and then we saw it. Finally, the JT Miller and saga has ended in Vancouver, as he has been traded back to
New York,
to the New York Rangers, going back to his roots. Along with Eric Brandstrom and Jackson Dorrington, Jesus. And Vancouver will receive forward will receive Philip Hedl, Victor Mancini, and a 2025 first-round pick. Honestly, this shook me a little bit when I first saw it.
I remember showing that to you, and you literally go from straight face to jaw dropped.
Yeah, I didn't know he got traded. I thought
he didn't believe me. He didn't believe me when I said it.
Yeah, that was a crazy trade. I did not expect that at all.
I don't know how to feel about this. I think it's a great move for the Rangers to try and at least go for him. To bring him back. The question is, will he be a really great asset to the Rangers to bring them back even further up and possibly I wouldn't say win the cup, but possibly bring them to the playoffs to have a chance.
Yeah. And I mean, as of right now, analytical, right now, he's actually doing pretty good. Already he scored 2 goals in his return to New York, and he is now technically on a 3-game point streak with the Rangers that is dating back 2,500 days.
Huh?
I don't know. It said so on this analytical thing I saw online, but yeah. So
that's too confusing for me.
He hasn't been in New York for that long, and he's already scored a lot. I mean,
he's done great.
In his past season with Vancouver, he scored 37 goals, sweet Jesus, I'm reading this correctly, 103 points and 66 assists. And honestly, JT Miller, that whole saga with him in Vancouver was just such a mess. I mean, it wasn't as bad as, say, Jimmy Buckets, but it was wild. and
Don't
stuff
talk
like that.
about.
We need to stop mentioning his name. It's a curse on our
Hopefully
podcast.
Hopefully he gets traded in the next. What is it? 4 days
Yeah,
now from today.
nobody cares about him. JT Miller is here.
JT Miller.
So JT was drafted in the first round, 15th overall in the 2011 draft by the Rangers. So, like I said, he's going back to his roots, and he actually played for this team. You may have heard of him. You may have heard of the team before, Ron. You may have heard of him.
Get out of my ear!
The Tampa Bay Lightning in 2018. I think the Lightning got him in a trade along with Ryan McDonough, who also, he played for a team that you may have heard of.
But only lasted how many years?
He only lasted 2 seasons, but hey, we won the cup without him, so who cares? Ryan McDonough's our king. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, so I think JT Miller going back to the Rangers, I think this will help a lot.
It's a great trade. I think that'll help them a lot. Do I think it's going to lift them or have them lift the Stanley Cup? No. Do I think that it's going to help them get to the playoffs at least, whether it be a wild card game or not? Yes, I do.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, considering the fact that there's like something stuck in my throat. There we go. So here's the thing. So not only is Vancouver getting a first round pick, but ridding themselves of that player who's been part of like so much of the drama. Because like I've said thousands of times before, the Rangers have been rife with drama this whole season.
Yeah.
And getting a really solid middle six forward in Philip Hedl.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good move.
And that's not, by the way, what he's saying is not just the guy's last name. It's Philip and then Hedl. He's just saying it so fast that it sounds like Philip Hedl, as in like a last name.
Okay, I can kind of see that. But yeah, and so I mean, with Miller going, I mean, this has opened up Vancouver a little bit to have a lot more cap room to play with for like at the trade deadline in this coming off season. And as for the Rangers, I think JT Miller coming back home, while I do think it's nice and all, it's very high risk, high reward. I mean, like it could very well be like the straw that breaks the camel's back, to where they just like sell everything. But at the same time, if he manages to pan out, which it seems like he is so far, I think that this is going to turn out to be a fantastic trade for New York. That could help them get back to winning at the Metropolitan. But at the end of the day, we're gonna have to see, especially like seeing him play with guys like Panarin and Kreider, who's kind of cooked, and Zibanejad, who's also kind of cooked. I mean, we'll have to see how it works out. But I'm very curious to see how it works out for both teams.
Oh yeah, I'm ready too.
Yeah,
now.
Oh wait, no. There's one more NHL trade.
Oh wait, I didn't know. I get all this stuff and I still forget.
No, because I showed you when we were at the pub too. I mean, at the bar. So another big trade was between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Calgary Flames. Now the Flyers in this trade received forward Andrei Kuzmenko and Jacob Pelletier, and 2 picks go to Philly it's a 2nd round pick and a 7th round pick, and the Flames received forward Marcus Frost and defenseman Joel Farabee. And honestly, this was a pretty solid trade.
If I had to say, I think honestly Philadelphia came out better with that trade. Calgary has done really good, but I think Philadelphia came out better with that trade.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Frost and Farabee are really good players.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're voice crack. I don't think they're serious difference makers, but at the end of the day. But I mean, having having Kuzmenko go to Philly and having him play with Matvei Michkov, he's been a monster. He's been friggin' animal for the Flyers.
Oh yeah.
So I think having Kuzmenko with him could help develop him a lot more, and Frost and Farabee going to Calgary, that might help them too. But we'll definitely have to see. And I mean, but at the end of the day, is it going to be great for Calgary? you never know. I mean, it could backfire on them a little bit. Like, maybe they're just going to be players that exist, but, we'll have to see at the end of the day.
And now, moving on to...
I'm pretty sure that's it for the NHL. Yeah. Oh, no, there's one more.
Oh.
The Vegas Golden Knights, everybody's favorite team, have signed Brandon Saad to a 1-year deal worth $1.5 million. Now, honestly...
I would love to play someplace for $1.5 million.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and Vegas is kind of, they're like the Dodgers. They're signing everybody and not breaking any rules, but nobody loves them and stuff like that. And I mean, Brandon Saad, he's been a pretty decent forward. I mean, like, he hasn't been the best player in the entire world, but I mean, he's been okay in St. Louis, and so maybe going to Vegas, he could find some form, but you never know. And additionally, like we mentioned this earlier, the Utah Hockey Club has dropped the name Wasatch, apparently after a lot of hate and backlash for that name.
I don't. The hate and backlash come from it because it used to be an old Native American Indian tribe.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been a lot of talk about that kind of thing with with the Redskins and the Indians and the Seminoles and
all different kinds. But with them dropping that puts the Outlaws in there. If I had to go for my vote, if I had to vote for this, of course I'm not a Utah hockey fan, but if I had to vote for this, I'm going for the Outlaws.
Yeah. So the current options.
You still want the.
I want the Outlaws. What are you kidding? Come on.
You said another name earlier.
The Mammoth. Oh yeah, the Stormin Mormons. Yeah,
Thank you.
Stormin Mormons. Yeah. I mean, come on. Forget Outlaws, man. Stormin Mormons, that's the name. But
there's 3 names that are remaining now, and one of them I don't know why it's on here.
The Outlaws, the Mammoth, and the Utah Hockey Club. Like, honestly, Utah Hockey Club.
Why
sucks.
is the hockey club on there?
That isn't a good name. Like it sounds like like a mid-tier soccer team in, like, I don't know, South America.
I was gonna say, how long did Washington football?
Your move, NBA.
Team?
Yeah.
How long did that last?
Like 2 years or so. I don't remember.
No, I think it only lasted like a season, and then they finally came up with the Commanders.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's a mess. So yeah, I definitely think that it could be tight between the Outlaws and Mammoth, because I think the Mammoth is kind of cool.
Outlaws sounds a lot better. It's a lot more intimidating, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually heard like somebody say, "Oh my God, they're trying to take the name from some Colorado lacrosse team," and I'm like, yeah, because Colorado lacrosse is on everybody's mind, and no team has ever taken another name from another team.
It's just like the Cleveland Guardians going into there's actually a roller derby team that they were getting a lawsuit from. So, and guess what? They still won it.
Okay, I just want to point out, San Francisco Giants, the New York Giants, the Winnipeg Jets, the New York Jets. Like,
it is what it is.
The New York Rangers and the Texas Rangers.
It is what it is. It happens sometimes, but they get into that stuff and they get out.
Lawsuits suck, man. Just call them the Stormin Mormons. I'm sure Mormons would love having their team be called the Stormin Mormons. I mean, come on. Who would? If it was just like a Mormon guy just with a hockey stick and he's going like on a jersey, tell me you would not buy that.
How? I don't know.
Tell me.
But after all that stuff, let's get into the huge news in the NBA trade.
Also, Philip Grubauer got put on waivers. I just remember because he sucks for the Kraken. But now let's talk about the NBA because we need to bring up the NBA.
But we are not talking about Jimmy Butler this time.
Thank God.
I know you have been hearing about us talking about Jimmy Butler for the past, how many episodes? 3 or 4 episodes at least?
We talked about it in every single episode.
But this time, it is a huge trade. It is technically a 3-way trade. But what everybody's talking about is about Anthony Davis getting traded from the Lakers to the Dallas Mavericks
in exchange for Luka Doncic.
This is probably one of the biggest trades I have ever seen in like a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is absolutely crazy. You had sent it to me, so what is the full lineup of the trade?
All right, so the full lineup is LA gets Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris. There we go. The Dallas Mavericks get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and I almost said Max Crispy. That would be a good chip line, and a first round pick in 2029 from the Lakers.
Why
and also,
so far out?
And also, the Utah Jazz exist in this trade too.
Yeah, somehow.
They get Jalen H. Shafino. Shafino, is that how I say it? Shafino.
Yeah, Shafino.
And 2 second-round picks. So it really does remind me of the Carolina and Chicago and Colorado trade, where it's just like 2 teams get really big, awesome players, and then
the third team.
And then there's just that other guy who's like, I want draft picks. Give me your draft picks.
I mean, the 3 ways just doesn't make any sense, but in this one, hopefully it works out for the Jazz, especially after how they've been doing this season. But that is probably the biggest news of them all. I don't know how it's going to work out. They actually meet up. If I saw that, they actually meet up later this month. The Los Angeles and Dallas actually meet up later this month. So this is going to be a huge one. And this is only 4 days before the big trade deadline. So hopefully we'll have another one.
Yeah, we're going to have some big ones. I mean, LeBron, he's probably going to go to the Tampa Bay Lightning so that he can lead them to their first Super Bowl.
Well, if he leaves...
Sportsball!
I'm just saying, if LeBron leaves Los Angeles, his son Bronny is going to be right behind him.
Yeah. Go back to the Guardians, eh?
But, hush you.
I'm kidding. He doesn't like that. But seriously though, it's crazy because I remember I was taking a break at my job, and then I look at my phone and I got it from Bleacher Report, and I was like, excuse me, and I thought it was just like a little mock trade, but then I kept seeing more stuff about it, and I stood up and I yelled, "Holy crap!" And I turned to my coworker, and he thought I was kidding too.
Wait, it's just as crazy as it could get. I would have never thought that Los Angeles or Dallas would have gone rid of their star players. But what I had seen earlier today is apparently due to Luka Doncic's conditioning is the reason why they got rid of him. It is stupid in my opinion. I understand he has had injuries, but it is very stupid that they got rid of him just because of his conditioning type stuff. Yeah. I think they should have kept him. He was great. Now with them adding Anthony Davis, who knows what could happen? Anything could happen from now on.
Yeah, I mean, this trade, it's crazy. I mean, and again, Luka, he's one of the best forwards in the league.
Arguably,
arguably, arguably one of the best players. And Anthony Davis, he's been very solid over the years. So, to see such a trade, it's crazy.
You and me both,
because it gives us content for the podcast.
But you and me both were not expecting that at all.
Oh no, that came out of left field. I mean, at least with the Rantanen trade, I was hearing he was there were contract disputes, but I did not hear anything about guys like Luka being unhappy or being traded or anything like that, and I didn't hear anything about Anthony Davis or whatever. So
I wasn't expecting that.
It's a big one, and I mean, who else was surprised?
LeBron James.
James, because
LeBron James was definitely surprised. He did not know anything about this trade that it was going on. LeBron James learned of the Davis-Doncic trade after the Knicks game last night when it broke while he was out to dinner. Think about this. While he was out to dinner with his family, sources close to James told other sources, James was surprised by the news, is processing it, and had no idea it was in the works, according to sources. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the one, of course, you've heard probably all the rumors and all the jokes and stuff about how LeBron makes the trades.
Yeah. Le GM. I remember hearing that.
And it's crazy. I mean, if he didn't know about this, who was a part of this? What was their point in trying to make this trade? I mean, I understand why Los Angeles wanted to get rid of Anthony Davis, but at the same time, I don't. Dallas Mavericks, you get rid of Luka Doncic, you take that away from Klay Thompson and Kyrie Irving, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a notification from Bleacher that the Mavs have given up 91 points in a half to your Cleveland Cavaliers. Like Dallas is struggling with Kyrie out because I guess he was injured, and now with Luka going to LA. I mean, they're in a lot of trouble. So I think Dallas might have made a bit of a mistake here. And I mean, LA, they're trying to load up on that star power. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows how it'll go?
As of this recording, as of when we're recording this, currently right now, when it went to halftime, it was 91 Cleveland, 46 Dallas. Think about that. That is huge.
After we get done with this episode, we might have to ask if they can put it up on the TV.
Yeah, hopefully they can. But the question is, how is Dallas going to recover from this? Obviously, as of this recording, they are not doing very well. But will it hurt them or will it help them throughout the season, do you think? What are your predictions? Do they make the playoffs, yes or no?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a. I don't know what to say. Honestly, like it's a mess. Dallas has been a mess. I mean, looking at the standings, they where are they? They are 8th in the West, being beaten by Minnesota and the friggin' Clippers. Oh god, the Clippers. Oh dear.
Clippers have brought it back a little bit more.
Yeah, and of course LA is in 5th. So I mean, looking at this. Looking at Dallas, I mean, it's gonna be a hard situation losing Luka, who's been a fantastic player for the Mavs, and so
he's an all-around shooter.
Yeah, like losing such a great shooter is going to it's gonna cost big time. And I mean, even if Anthony Davis he turns out to be pretty good, that loss is still going to be felt in the locker room. So, such a fantastic player in Luka is going to be sorely missed. So, going forward, the Mavericks are definitely going to have some struggles. Do they turn it around? It's possible, but I don't have high hopes. I don't have high hopes for it at all.
I think how it's going to stand for me, how I see it stand, LA stays in the top 5. I don't know if they move up. I still think they make it to the playoffs. But with Dallas, on the other hand, with them losing Luka Doncic, I don't think they make it. Yes, they add Anthony Davis, but I don't think they make the playoffs. If they are out, I say they barely miss it by 1 point, or by 1 spot. I say it's right behind, like where Minnesota is at right now. I say they are going to be right there with them. I say they're going to be in 7th, and they're just going to miss out. The only way they're going to do is if Los Angeles Clippers from now on and the Minnesota Timberwolves absolutely suck the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dallas is going to be out of the playoffs. And we both said something about it, like compared to the New York Rangers. We both said they sucked when they first did that, everything, on like our first episode and everything, and they bounced back. We could be completely wrong, but for me, and for both of us, I don't think they'd make the playoffs at all. But they could prove us wrong.
Do you think that now having Luka on their team, do you think that LA could possibly go far in the playoffs this year?
I could see them going up until about, I guess you could say, the semifinals. So in the Western Conference Championship. I could see them making it that far. Who do I think they're going to go up against? It's going to be hard. Right now, the top 2 is Oklahoma City and Houston Rockets. I say the Houston Rockets get eliminated by OKC at one point, and it goes down to LA and OKC. If I had to choose between the two, I say OKC makes it on. Of course, in the Eastern Conference, you could go either way.
Yeah, I would love to see OKC win it because I would
love to see my Cavaliers win.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at your Cavaliers. And even after the what a pro wants, what a pro needs, whatever makes you happy. Even with how cringy that commercial was, I still would love to see the Thunder, make it far. Because they've had a lot of struggles over the years. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you're happy to see them win. It's like with the Magic last year. They were good in the playoffs, and even if they lost, nobody really blamed them.
Yeah, no. But that ends it for now.
Yep.
It's been great having everybody here. Thank you for watching this episode. Owen? I can't wait to see what happens in the next 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, with the trade deadline coming up, I mean, we could get a lot of crazy trades. So
we're going to be keeping up with the trades. If you want to see what's going on, me and Owen will both be trying to post throughout the week, especially during that day. We're going to be talking about a lot. We'll be talking back and forth, hopefully.
Yeah, follow our Instagram, by the way. We have an Instagram. It should be in like the channel description. I think I linked it. I'll have to check,
but we will have that on there. We'll both try and keep up with it, especially with both of us working. I work during the day, he works during the night, so both of us will try and stay up as late as we can.
No, during the day, because I start at 5 now.
Yeah, but we'll both try and keep up with everything that is going on. As soon as we keep it updated, or as soon as we see an update on that, hopefully we can post it as soon as it gets on there. But until next time, Owen, you got anything else to say?
Let's go, Sportsball! God, I really hope that did not break my mic.